Now, what's going on, my peoples? And I go by name The Sorcerer, and I'm here to react and actually commentate, as well as tell you what I feel about this. I'd say a post that my wife sent to me, and it was quite interesting. She actually sent it to me to react on TikTok, and I actually feel kind of strong to even continue this conversation towards YouTube. Now, this is about a lady that has gone through the process of an abusive relationship, and now that she's away from that situation, she's used this pain, an unhealed pain, and she's basically continued it in a new relationship, past traumas, etc., etc. I'm going to give you the context now. Bear with me.
I just saw something that says if you ever dated a violent man, you'll push every man after that to see if they're violent. Oh, that makes sense. I've been pushing my boyfriend for the literal 2 years we've been together, almost 2 years. Has he ever showed 1 ounce of violence? No. Do I keep pushing? I guess so. That's what's making sense to me now. And then I saw a comment that said, except I became the violent man. Why? That is so real.
As you can clearly see, she is obviously very, very wounded, and she has continued this karmic loop from her ex to her now boyfriend. And this is the thing I'm going to say. If you are not in the energy of healing and you do not want to really internalize this negative energy, this is obviously going to hurt you in the long run, not only within your current boyfriend, but within yourself. Because there isn't a room for you to heal, there isn't a path for healing. You are continuously adding more of a karmic loop within your life. This essence of trauma, and I'm going to call you out on this. Yes, you had abuse, and you have my sympathies there from your ex, but abuse is still abuse, and you're continuing that with your current partner. Now, the emphasis about this is also about accountability. Accountability to break the patterns, to really set a new cycle, a new chapter, and actually reattach positivity in terms of you taking the initiative of being responsible and saying, you know what, I myself am a person that is an abuser. I understand that hurt people, but it's got to start with the root of the issue. And that starts with you knowing and acknowledging that your actions are not okay. And let's go into the real root of the issue, that is actually due to your own pain, due to your own woundings, due to you not being able to identify this. And maybe the trauma might be very difficult for you. I understand it. But for you to have a greater understanding, for you to have more growth, it is you implementing this as a new change. And it may be very difficult. It may be easier for you to poke the bear. But how is that going to help you in the long run? That might even be something that's going to be even more dangerous. Because if you keep poking the bear, that bear might actually, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not an advocate for that. I'm just saying, you press and you push and you prod somebody to their limits, they could ultimately reach a certain feeling, emotion, action. And that might be something that may be very, very dangerous for yourself. And I want to say this, right? There is something that I would like this woman to do. I would like her to see it from the energy of the ripple effects that she has caused from this situation. Because at the end of the day, the partner that's now being abused is only getting the ripple effects from the previous cycle because she hasn't dealt with her own pain. And there needs to be an energy of her actually looking in the mirror effect. I'm showing you the mirror. I'm showing who you truly are at the moment. And that is a person that is hurting someone that they may love. But at the same time, how can you if you train this person like a punch bag? My advice towards you is to really recognize this and set aside whatever situation with your current boyfriend and really look within. And I would encourage this because the truth and the reality is, I keep saying this, you're not only digging a grave for your relationship, you're digging a grave to yourself. And that's the sad thing. And you have the power to really, really change and create a new narrative where you're not going to be in control of this abuse by abusing someone else. That the changes that you can do from you, and that's the start, can be something very powerful. I'm not saying this to punch you down, and that's my, I'd say, response towards you. I'm letting you know that there is still a chance for you to really, really take initiative to not just improve yourself, but even may improve your relationship. But I'll be real. I'll be real. I'll be saying to that guy, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. But what you're doing now is removing any of those chances. Now, my advice to this boyfriend is this as well. Abuse is still abuse. And you walking away isn't anything that should be ridiculed. Because at the end of the day, you should not put yourself in this position or continue to be in this position where you are being abused. I would encourage this lady to have therapy. That could be from a psychological perspective or a spiritual perspective. But either way, the essence of it now is to help, and you need to go out there and find help because this cycle is only going to continue, it's only going to ripple, and the person that's going to hurt the most is you. I want you to think about that. Sorcerer.